Hello everyone, my name is Lenny from Code with Lenny Len, and in this 6th Pygame tutorial I'm going to show you how we can actually start drawing stuff on our Pygame screen. So in the last tutorial we did something like we changed our background color. I showed you how we update or flip our screen, and we did motion events, keyboard events. We just had a basic idea of how event system works in Pygame. So from this tutorial we are going to start progressing with our game, and we are going to start drawing our player paddles, and maybe the player paddle, computer paddle, and a ball. Then later maybe the screen text, like the one that shows the scores or something. You might want to give out a game over message or something. That's all up to you. I'm just going to give you the basics of how to do all this stuff, and you can expand your knowledge, expand your idea, your creativity by adding and building to your knowledge. But as we continue, let us start with some few basic drawings. In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to draw two basic stuff. I'm going to show you how to draw a rectangle, that is a simple square or rectangle on your screen, and I'm also going to show you how to draw a simple circle. So in summary I just made this sample, and there is a square, all the rectangle, and the circle. So this is the syntax of making a rectangle and a circle. So to start with a rectangle, you start by writing pygame.draw.rect, then brackets, then the place where you want to draw it, where it's a screen, then the RGB value for a color. Because we already defined our color, we will just write the color name there, then square brackets, and the square brackets has 4 values for the rectangle. We are going to start with the position X, position Y, the size X, and the size Y. So what I mean by X position is the position on the Cartesian plane, and something that's quite tricky with Pygame or computer graphics in general. The Cartesian plane is changed a bit. So let me show you what I mean. So here's the normal Cartesian plane. We have our values 0, 0 here. Going up on the y-axis, you add, that's 10, 20, 30 to infinity, and going down is negative 10, negative 20, negative 30, and so on and so forth. On the x-axis, on the right, goes when adding 10, 20, 30 till infinity. Then on the left is negative 10, 20, 30, and so on and so forth. So this is the Cartesian plane that you learn in mathematics, but in Pygame this is going to change quite a bit. And what I mean is this is the Cartesian plane in Pygame. It's no longer a cross as the normal Cartesian plane, but it's a bit different. This is the x-axis and this is the y-axis. So on the y-axis, this starts from 0, the point 0, 0 is here, so you go from 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 till 500 or something. My screen size was 600 pixels wide by 500 pixels high. So what I mean is that from the top left, and that's where all the graphics starts counting from, it always starts from the top left of the screen or of the window or the surface, if you might put it that way. So start from 0, 0, go down while increasing, and when going up you go in decreasing. I'll show you this about movement, paddle movement, in the next tutorial, but as for now you should keep this in mind. This is how the Pygame or the computer graphics in general Cartesian plane looks like. And on the x-axis we start from 0 right here from the top left, and we go right that across the screen, that is horizontally. Mine was 600 pixels, so you start from here 0, 0, and you go across till the 600 mark. And that's how the Cartesian plane of Pygame works. So if I want to draw a cube and I want to start it from the x position, I'll say x position may be there and y position may be there. Then the x size, the size of the cube, and the y size, the height of the square. So it's going to be formed around there, and to demonstrate this, let's do it. So you remember the syntax. It's now going to go still in the game logic, though I don't know what I should give this name. I don't think it's a game logic, but anyway, it will still work. So pygame dot, we're going to start with the rect dot rect, and as you remember, the brackets, then the position, the place where you want to place it, and that's the screen. Then the color. Okay, so for the player paddle, I'm going to use green. Then for the computer paddle, maybe I'll use something like red, something to show it's an enemy. We shall see about that. Then the x position, maybe I want to put it at x 100 and y maybe 150 maybe. And the size of my square or rectangle, I can put 50-50 for now to just draw a small rect on the screen, and I'll save and run, and we shall see it. And we wait. Oh yes, and there we have our rectangle. So you can see it was drawn at position 100x 150y, then the size was 50 by 50. So that's a simple demonstration. Let's try to change the sizes a bit. So I'll head back to my editor, sorry, and maybe I can put y to be maybe 150 and x to be something like, let's say, 300. So it's going to give us a very big box, or cube if you might put it that way, just a simple rect. Okay guys, and that's it. As you can see, we now have a pretty green green rect and a white background, and so on and so forth. So this is basic drawing. I'll show you how to draw the circle, and this is just done by pygame.draw.circle. And for the circle, let me just show you first. Where was it? Yeah, pygame.draw.circle, the same syntax, screen, place you want to put it, then the color, which is an RGB value, but we will substitute that with our variables that we defined, and we have x position, y position. And now, because this is not a rectangle, we do not have the x size and y size. Instead, we have the radius, which is outside the square brackets. And what the radius does is that it's going to measure from the center of the circle to the end. Maybe if I put radius 5, the total diameter will be 10, and it will be equal x and y. So let's do it. Do not worry about the sizes. You can just try them one by one till you get it. Maybe I'll put mine as blue, and the x position I'll put it at 50. Y position I'll put it at 50 as well. Okay, even 20 will work for me. And the radius maybe 5. Maybe that's too small, but we shall see. Just run it, and for sure we have a circle. As you can see, it's not a complete circle because it's too small. It looks way daunty. So I'll just head back here and change it to 10. Hope that's a good size. And as it runs, this will be the final thing that I'll be talking about in this tutorial. I just wanted to give you a basic idea of how to draw stuff in Pygame. And as you can see, I've shown you a rectangle and a circle. The rectangle and circle have almost the same syntax, but I know you're going to get it. If you have to, you can take a screenshot of this screen right now and maybe make this to be like a summary or reference or something. But from the next tutorial, we'll be now covering more about our game. We're going to start building our game with the basic thing that I've taught you, and as always, thanks for watching.